What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to go over some updates we got from Remedy yet again. Kind of an annual thing, it seems like. Well, actually, it obviously is an annual thing, but me covering it seems to also be an annual thing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cheat a little bit. We're going to read kind of the condensed version from Rhino over on Twitter, who does a good job of putting these things kind of together. So we'll read it out, and then we'll go over my opinion on them. And, we kind of get a little bit of everything. We get the multiplayer game, Control 2, Max Payne, even Alan Wake 2. Still, months and months and months, actually a year plus after the game launched. So, Max Payne 1 and 2 Remake continues in full production with no info on launch. Control 2 is in still the production readiness stage and is planned to enter full production in 2025. Many of the critical features of Control 2 have been implemented to mitigate production risk, and workflows and pipelines are being tested in preparation for full production. FBC Firebreak, which is that multiplayer game that we saw, continues in full production with a focus on iterating on the core loop and implementing more of the UI for more player clarity based on playtesting feedback. It launches in 2025. It'll come to Game Pass and PS Plus for extra and premium. It'll be self-published by Remedy and will be a mid-price title. Alan Wake 2 made most of its development and marketing costs back, but it's yet to generate royalties. Now, if we kind of start at the end, work our way back, Alan Wake is getting closer, right? So really, the story for Alan Wake, it's a great game, and as I've talked about many, many times. So, a lot of the talk should be on just how great of a game it is. After the game comes out, obviously a lot of talk goes to sales and the future and all that stuff. A lot of that talk in the last year has been the game did not, generate much. Now, the thing with Remedy has been pointed out many, many times, right? These games are, slow burners, right? And they burn a very long time. So, Alan Wake 2 might be making them money, or I guess getting money, maybe not making them actual money, but will be getting money for years and years and years and years. And that's kind of how it works. That's how Control worked, although Control started a little bit fast. Alan Wake even did that, the original game. So that's kind of just how it works. Now, that's not perfect. In fact, that's probably not even great for anybody. They've got to be, I guess the publishers for Remedy have got to be willing to accept this slow burn, right? They have to expect, okay, you're not going to sell 4 million units in the first month or first even year, but maybe you get to 4 million after a couple of years. And that's just how it works. That's how Remedy, that's the type of games that they make. So, up until this point, and still to this point, right, the idea was they didn't even make back the production costs, just literally development costs. They have not made it back. Now, technically, they still haven't, right? But this update, they're getting closer. Now, getting closer, how close are they? Maybe next time we hear from them, maybe January, February, maybe by the time Max Payne comes out, they'll say, okay, Alan Wake finally did it, and now they're those last 2 points are kind of the same point, right? If it didn't make back all the money still for the development stuff, it's not going to make them anything. Now, once they pay everything off, those royalties, right, then they start making money from it. So that's something that they might be seeing next year, 2026, 2020. It's something that they're going to have to be patient on, right? And again, that's just kind of how it works. As for everything else, I think it's very evident, if it wasn't already evident, Max Payne's next. And I don't know about you, I'm very excited for that. Max Payne is the closest, in terms of the cycles of development, it's the furthest along. So that game is the next game to come out. I really, and I've said this before, I really think Max Payne is next fall. I really believe they can do it within the next year. And Control 2 would not be far behind. If you told me that Max Payne was next September, October, and then Control 2 was February, March, I actually would kind of believe that. And we know the multiplayer game, right? That game's coming out next year. And I don't really think any of that stuff was new, I guess, other than they're working to, improve the core loop or whatever. I guess that's fair. That's what a multiplayer game needs to improve on always. Though what they're looking to improve, right, is keeping people in it and keeping people playing the same type of thing over and over again. But as to the whole Game Pass, we already knew that. We knew that when they showed off the game, that it was, I think, originally on Game Pass because they showed it off for Xbox, and then it was revealed later that day that it's kind of coming to everything. So good news. Actually, honestly, good news all the way around, right? You get all of these games getting closer and closer. You get more clarity that Max Payne is next up, I guess separate from Firebreak, but in terms of their next two, Control and Max Payne is next up, and some positive movement on the Alan Wake front, although it's obviously not all the way there yet. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on. I hope to see you all on the next one.